Crew, what is good? What is good? What is good? So, listen, with the return and all this hype about Wiley coming back to the beef sector, I figured now would be a great time for us just to revisit the interview, the conversation that I got to have with Wiley from the Wiley Show. And I thought it was amazing. I thought we covered so much ground. So, I wanted to rebroadcast that for you all. So, sit back and relax. Now, this show was recorded 2 years ago, October 26, 2021. So about what 2 years, 1.5 years, whatever the case may be. So I hope y'all enjoy this. I'll be in the chat laughing it up with you all. Sit back, watch this rebroadcast, and let me know what you thought. And shout out to the replay crew as well. I see you. I see you. Oh, and make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. Go hit that like button. Give me some love. All right, then, y'all. Let's get into it.
Here. This is episode 9, transitioning from the beef sector. I have a lot of things to ask Wiley. I This is going to be probably the first episode that was a collaborative effort. I sent about 8 emails, not 8 emails, but 8 messages to 8 different content creators across the beef sector. 5 of them who are hardcore beef sector folks. 3 of them who are transitioning out of the beef sector, and I asked them what's some questions, what's some information you want to know, and so um, and in all of their time, they all got back to me. And so I was able to put some stuff together so that this could be productive, not just for me and Wiley, but for everyone. Everyone feels like that. So I thank those content creators who they are. I really, really do appreciate you for, giving me what you want to know. This is more than just me. So without further ado, please, please let me bring Wiley to the stage.
What's up?
Wiley,
Hi.
how are you?
Doing good.
You're doing good. Wally, I think you have to, either it's me or you have to scoot over. Maybe
What?
it's me.
Oh, you let
Okay,
it
there
back.
you
Okay, there you
go.
go.
Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness, Wiley, I thought this would never happen. I assume you would never ever be interested in coming to somebody else's panel to answer questions and stuff like this. So I'm grateful that you're here.
Yeah, I'm great. It's good to be here. Listen, I got the message and I meant to respond, but I've been so busy. So I was like, okay, I can do it. I'm free today to do it. But yeah, I didn't mind.
Okay, okay. Now I want to do this. Give you a disclaimer. I did go in the archives, so I did go into the Wiley archives, and a part of the show tonight, I did pull out some things that I just want to get your take on it now. Like the Wiley now that we see, is this the same? Do you feel the same? And I'm going to give you a pass on that because if there's anything that you might not want to answer, if it's offensive or anything, please just say, Roman, that's something that I don't really want to talk about. And members, yes, members, there's a community wall post for you all. Drop down over there. That's where we're talking tonight. I got it right here on my phone. So we here connecting. I just got the question from Miss Gerald. So I got you, babe. I got you. I got you. We have our member segment later on. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about navigating the beef sector and sort of now how do you do that with some of the more relevant topics and things like that. So I'm going to ask your opinion on a couple of those things. And then next I want to do a Wiley flashback, cover a couple of things, get your take on it. And then lastly, I want to have a conversation with some of the questions that I got from some of the content creators. And so a lot of them had more history about you than I did. And so it was really good to be able to hone in on certain things and certain topics. Okay.
All right.
All right. We ready? How's the chat? Is everybody ready? Wiley ain't scared to answer any questions.
Uh,
Okay. Peace, love. How you doing? Nikki, living my best life. OG member. How you doing? How you doing? Bright Star. Tracy is a member. Tracy, hey. Oh, I'm still brand new to this, Wally. This stuff makes me excited every single time. Just Blaze, how you doing? Cassandra, Gemini, Shakira, how y'all doing? I'm glad to see everybody in the room. Let me get started. Let me pull up segment number 1. All right. And while I see, let me ask you this real quick. Are you a barb now?
A barb?
Yeah.
No.
You're not a barb.
I am a fan of her music. A barb is part of a terrorist organization when you just want to kiss her ass
Oh, we
and
not
not.
gonna do this.
I believe,
Really?
I believe it's a terrorist organization. I am a fan of her music. I'm a fan of her music. I think Nikki is a very nasty woman.
Not.
Uh,
Oh,
I
no,
feel
no, no. Not, no, 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 no,
very
no,
nasty. You might not
no.
agree, but I feel like she's very fake. And I say this
Okay.
because the way how she did Kim, it really came out. I can see it
Did
now. I
you?
can see what
So
Kim seen back
hold
in the
up.
day.
Now, Wiley, how you gonna say how she did Kim? Do you know the real history behind the Kim and her?
Well,
How they
I just
met?
know I just listened to both sides of those ladies. And one thing that Kim said that stood out to me, she said on the Breakfast Club, she said, "You will see." Now that I see how
It's
Nikki is
oh my
acting with
god.
Cardi, she acting some type of way. And it's the thing, you're going to get older. Somebody's going to surpass you. Kim got surpassed by Nikki, and Nikki got surpassed. Now Cardi surpassed Nikki, so Nikki have to just take a seat now. It's a new queen in town, and now she know how to feel. That's why when you treat somebody wrong when you coming in the game, you also got to take that treatment of now Cardi coming in the game, and she can't handle that. She can't handle this competition. She still haven't came out a record. She still don't have a number one record out recently. Cardi B have multiple number one records, and she still do not have a Grammy, and her attitude is still stank.
Okay. All right, Wiley. All right. I have something to ask you about this at the end of the show because I didn't mean to start it right now, but I see that I done started. Wait, Tracy talking about some tell it. I know you like Cardi. I know Tracy like Cardi. All right. So let's get into this. So the first segment is navigating the beef. Navigating the beef. How do you move in the beef sector now? So I'm gonna ask a couple. I'm gonna ask a question. I have a topic, and if I don't know if you've been watching the show, but I cover certain topics based off the second episode I did with Spillet Boy TV, where I talked about the top 10 triggers. And so I broke those down into different points, and I'm going to ask you of those triggers, which one of these three things will make you pop out into the beef sector, will make you respond, will trigger you, basically. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whenever it moves. All right. So triggers. Doxing, being doxed, someone you know being doxed, someone's job being called, your job being called, anything like that. The well-being of a fellow CC. So you hear someone bashing another content creator that you like or you know you're close to, or bashing children. Now, which of these three would make you pop out the most and why?
I think, well, it'll be a bash and a content creator. That would make me want to come out and say, hey, let me revisit the B sector. I look at Rico because me and him, have a history. I pretty much made Rico who he is today. Speaking in context of making him a content creator, because at one point he just used to call into the shows and loving Sean Bradley and loving the Wiley show. So I came out because they started to talk about Rico, and I'm speaking about Spiller Boy Trash Lane, speaking about Trash Lane, and I'm speaking about Pastor Pastor Jay Wilson, which is very scary in person. Speaking about them because I seen how they were attacking someone at their very lowest, at their very, very lowest moment. And I said, hey, I'm going to defend Rico because I had a low moment in my life and I was out publicly. And I
That is
wonder.
why. Are we talking about the reason why you came out recently and said that Rico could come stay with you?
Yes, because I saw that and I saw these adult, these senior citizen men, these grown black men with a quote unquote established men dogging Rico. Not one of them offered for them to open up their house for them to live and stay. I offered because I have the space. Jay Wills have a beautiful home. He offered King Jives to come to visit for an event, but he did not offer Rico. And Jay Wills have a very, very empty house. And he could have offered Rico, but they talked down to Rico. So I just thought, hey, I'm going to come out, I'm going to defend Rico, and I'm going to give my testimony while doing so.
And so now you did, and I do have it. It's going to be up in the next segment. But you did make a point of saying in one of your videos a while ago that people talk about children was something that was like not something that you liked for per se. So are you
I
saying that?
I don't, but if you using your child as leverage, because I want to say this, I'm going to put it in context. You know, Five Babe was one of the ones I did not agree her using her daughter and bringing her daughter out for cash app, super chats, and then you wind up at Six Flags. I remember one time she went live in front of the child's school saying she ain't had no lunch money. The next day they out there chilling at Six Flags. I don't agree with that. That you're making your child part of your content. Now, if you're going to do that, then if they talk about your child having nappy hair, or if they talk about your child having not being fed right, or having a cold, what do you expect when you put in your child part as your content? If I have any children, you know, I'm eventually going to have one, probably really soon. Who knows? I'm not going to make them on camera, because if you put them on camera, it's a strong possibility a content creator will use them as content, make them as a thumbnail picture, put them in a title or so much. So I'm just not going to just give you that. I'm not going to put them on YouTube, because I know what type of content, especially in the B sector, it's the low rent Section A sector. So you already know they will use that as content.
And so that is for so that's the basis why you feel like, even opposed to someone doxing someone, you know, that's not even something that you even concerned with at this point.
I'm not concerned because I'm immune to it. I feel like don't put your job information where you work, like a badge, or don't tell people, hey, I'm working at Six Flags, or I'm working at Popeye's Chicken over here, because you know they're going to call it. Keep that stuff private, because whatever you put out in the beef sector and you put it on YouTube, this is outside of beef sector, whatever. If you're a YouTuber, that should be private. We should not know where you work. Now, if you're going out searching, you just so high finding because you got a private investigator, that's a whole nother thing. And it's sad that that's going on. But again, if you work, keep that covered. Don't be out there washing dishes at the Hilton Hotel and you going live, because there's a strong possibility somebody might get mad and try and call your job, because you just can't do that. You know, Rico used to do that, wash dishes, and his supervisor say, why you took that long break? Because he out here doing some content. You just don't do that because you don't want people calling your job. One particular person, I was working at a facility doing my job, and someone knew me off of YouTube, and they was like, yeah, he works at that nursing home. And I left and I went somewhere else, because I don't want you showing up and I have to just
quit.
I quit and I went somewhere else because she knew where I worked, and she tried to dox me or put it out there publicly, and I have already went somewhere else, and she still would tell people, well, he still worked there. And a couple of people used to call it, but I've been gone from that place. So that's what I've learned. Don't have your ID badge, don't have your none of that stuff showing of represent any type of company on your YouTube, because they will call your job. It's just that meaning of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now that I know that, so anything that happens, if anybody is attacking the well-being of a fellow content creator of yours outside of Rico, there might be others. I'm not sure who they might be, but that'll cause you to step out and defend them.
Absolutely. I did.
Okay.
I defended Brianna. I came out and defend her, and I went on her channel, and she had got a lot of views off that interview. Me and what was that? What's the girl name? Bless Walkers came and Docs, Duchess Kelly Love, and VS were upset about that. That I had this, that I went over there and gave Brianna some attention and she got all those clicks and views. And Bless Walkers went over there and post a receipt that she did not know about, that VS did not know about, and she was mad about that. So, but if anybody say something towards like Brianna, because I love her, I come out and I would defend her if I see it. Because I'm not gonna go looking for it. If it comes to my desk, I don't mind clicking the live button and defend my sister.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. For those who are wondering how do you navigate the beef and try to move on, his remedy or his suggestion and recommendation is, you know, sticking with the people that you know for your core reasons, for your truth. If you know, if it's really something that you feel near and dear, that's how you feel. Okay,
Fact.
I support that. The next one is these old seconds, alliances.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know a lot of people try to stray and say that they don't have alliances. They're not a part of an alliance, but there's definitely a group of people or a topic or something that you will defend or you'll lean more towards. So I'm wondering of these three, and when I say the show, that's talking about the show that you all are a part of. When I say TSCCX members, those you are still cool with, like Brianna and any other individuals that you are still cool with, or whatever it is for clicks and views. So it don't matter if it could be whomever it is that the reason, is that the kind of alliance you're towards at this point? Is it a click and a view thing for you in the beef sector, or which of these three?
It's a click. It's a click and a view. And I always say your best alliance, it will be your audience, right? Be faithful to them. I'm not really with the click stuff. I'm most focused on my platform and more focused on my personal life. I'm not really worried about now. When I first started, I was clicked up, to some people, to VS and everything. I was never a TSCC member. I was just friends with VS, with her beautiful self. But I'm just focused with my producers. I'm focused with them because them the ones that's putting money in my pocket. Them the ones that are contributing to the birthday fund, which is coming up November 11th. So we need your $34, $1 per year. Not $34, $31. We ask for $1 per year. But that's where that's where I'm committed at. Like when people ask me questions, where they say the show, no show, I always say I'm focused on the Wiley show, because in this business, you will take things, right? If
Right.
you know anything about business or anything about shows, it was something like you're taping a pilot. That does not necessarily mean that pilot is going to get picked up. So what if you say, okay, King Roman, I'm about to be on this show on Fox and blah, blah, blah. And then they call you, King, we did not pick up the show. You're going to look stupid to your homeboys or to your crew or to your family because you announced something that did not get green light. So that's why I don't see how here doing content about a show, no show, show, whatever they want to call it, because it may or may not get picked up. So what's the reason of me talking about something that may not come out? And then I'm looking like a dumbass because I'm announcing something that's not even out.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know because I know there was a point in time where people felt like, how could you be friends with someone, or how could you even associate yourself with someone who talks badly or negatively about the show and you're a part of it? I didn't know if you felt that strongly about it as well.
With me, if because it's all YouTube. These people, we're not friends in real life. We might do a collaboration. That's one thing. But if someone speak against that, I just think it's good promotion for whatever project that you does. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with a lot of people on YouTube, but in reality, they're not my friends, right? These are just cool people that's actually on YouTube. But if they're talking, it's just going to add more publicity to whatever I do. So that's why I don't see a problem with that. But if anybody trying to say or try to stop it from happening, I'm not gonna be cool with a person that's trying to potentially stop my bag. No. I know how to separate, YouTube, friendships, and business.
Okay. Okay. And then in terms of TSCCX members, that's just a case-by-case scenario for you?
That's the case-by-case scenario because I'm cool with Brianna. I don't have a problem with Bless Walkers at all. Feel like she should just come back to the Wiley show and stop trying to be a content creator. But she learned how to do that from VS and stuff like that. She needs to stop trying to be she's somebody's grandmother, and she needs to stop trying to be a content creator. But I'm cool with a lot of the ex-TSCC members, and it's a lot of ex-TSCC members that have other pages because they're, because they don't want nobody to know that it was a part of that organization. But yeah, I'm really, really cool because they're good people. I've met a lot of TSCC members in person. They're beautiful Black women, educated women. They were just following somebody that was entertaining, right? So and they're an amazing, great givers. They're amazing, great givers. So shout out to VS, her as a leader. She know how to raise some money. And she raised the money for a lot of people. She visited nursing homes. A lot of that stuff did not really get publicity because they were just into whole beefs.
All right. I was trying to read this chat. Someone said, what's the age limit on content creators?
I don't necessarily believe that it should be an age limit on content. If you want to be 89 years old, getting some clicks and views, that's your business and stuff like that. And Bless Walker's bored. She's retiree. She's going live. Her grandkids probably don't want to go visit because she's boring, and she just want to be messy on YouTube. She just want to be with the it crowd. But this is the thing: if you're older and you get dragged, don't come up on here. Oh, y'all talking about me.
Wiley.
I'm an old lady. Y'all should respect your elders. No, fuck that. You're an elderly person that's on
Wiley.
the internet. So don't be talking about you want some damn respect when you out there trying to get motherfucking clicks and views and drag. Now, if I drag your old ass, don't come out here. Well, I'm just an old lady. Leave me alone. Respect your elders. That's the problem with you young folks. But you out here trying to get a click and a view.
Okay. And blessed, we're cool. These are his opinions. The opinions and views expressed on tonight's show belong to those mouths that they come out
This
of.
is on me. Just like Bless said something. I said I was gonna let Rico live with me. He go Bless trying to tell the story. Don't know what she talking about. Wiley got all of these type of roommates. No, I don't. I live by myself, ma'am. Okay, sit your ass down because you're not telling the truth. And if Rico bang on my door, I will let him come stay with me. You don't know what you're talking about. When the last time we talked on the phone? Like, how can you try to do some content and know up there trying to play? Well, I'm just an old lady. I don't mean no, honey. You are just as messy like the rest of them, even more messier than half of the young folks that's on this platform.
Okay. All right. Next one. Okay. I see now. Now I see where the triggers lie, where the real triggers lie. All right. So mental health. We all know that there has been a great deal of discussion about mental health here in the beef sector. And as I scoured your archives, I realized that was a heavy subject for you, a lot in a couple of your videos. And so of these three things, your mental health status, if anyone was, talking or saying anything about your mental health or your weight or physical appearance, or that library incident you discussed, which of these three things will, you would pop out and feel like you need to have a discussion about or defend?
I just talk about it all because it's good for clicks and views, promotion. None of it bothered me at all because these people don't know me at all. But I will talk about as for mental health, they use the library. Oh, he destroyed the library. We paid the library off. The library is an amazing, beautiful renovations, by the way.
Riley, hold on. Do you not know how many content creators was like, ask him about the library incident? And
Absolutely.
Like,
Ain't that amazing? They want to ask,
God.
just go and visit and everything like that. That let you know when I make it big, I'm gonna have my own person, my own library and stuff like that, where people can come get tested, they can eat some food and everything. It's gonna be you can party, smoke weed, and everything. But already renovations has been paid for. I think we paid them altogether. Everything costs with legal fees like $20,000, and I have been that we paid that off early than what was required from the state. So they can keep talking about it. That really don't bother me at all. It's beautiful at that place. I can't go because I have a restraining order. I can't go and visit. But every time I go past it, I'm like, oh, it's real nice. Look what my money paid for, or look what my producer's money went to.
So Wiley, wait, when is the restraining order up?
I don't think it will never be up because I will never go back. Unless when I become a millionaire and I buy it, I would like to purchase that library and just name it after me or an ancestor, so they can have more African American books and stuff like that. But anywho, when I went back to the library after I destroyed it, I got released from the mental hospital, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go back and check me out some books." I saw them fixing up the doors. I'm like, "Damn, why they fix it?" They just click. I'm like, "Damn, they fixing up the damage that I did." And so about 15 police officers pulled up, and they were like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Yes." Well, are you Marquise White? I'm like, "Yes." Well, you can't be here. It's it's a restraining order. You're no longer to be on the property. It's trespass. I'm like, "What you mean? In Chicago they don't do it, but this ain't Chicago." And I'm like that. And the officer said, "I'm the one that tased you," and we just had a whole and about 15 officers escorted me out of there. I didn't know I was banned. They didn't tell me. They didn't let me know that, hey, you're banned from this place. I just went there as soon as I got out of the mental hospital to read some books. I was just sitting down there reading. I was medicated and everything. I didn't destroy nothing. They was fixing up. I saw libraries fixing up the books and everything. And I saw them when I went in there, they was whispering like, "Oh my gosh, that's the guy. That's the one that fucked it up. That's the one that got us doing all this extra work." But I gave y'all some extra overtime. Look all the overtime that y'all got to fix up the books and stuff like that. That's extra money that y'all got. Thanks to me.
Wow. So you answer this question that I just put on the screen. You let me know if you can, if you want to or no.
No, that's not true. And that's somebody that do not understand. When that happened, the state took over and I was with a court order, had to stay at the hospital. I couldn't leave. So they diagnosed me with bipolar and psychosis because I was hearing voices and everything. That was the state. The state put me in there and I had got a diagnosis. Even if I did not have that diagnosis, because I never committed a crime before, I would have just had to pay restitution. So this wasn't like somebody died or something like people didn't know what they were talking about. It was property damage. The most thing that I had to do was community service, paying off the library, and paying for the damages. The mental illness thing they have nothing to do with that. That was never even brought up in court. I'm just telling you what happened where I was diagnosed and how long I was in the hospital. That was never brought up in the court proceeding. We could have done it, but it was no need because my attorney told me, listen, this is your first offense. It's pretty much restitution, community service, and you'll be on probation. That was pretty much the what I had, and I got through with all that.
Well, I'm glad you got through that, and you're at a point where it's like lemonade, like you're able to make make a story and share it with folks. So I did watch that video and get that story too. So if you all don't remember, you might want to check out his page. And
like we were naked. I was butt naked and I got tased. And I've been in a mental hospital a couple of times after that incident because I was really, you know what I'm saying, really going through. Nobody really shared this on their social media platforms and talk. I don't think I heard not one person talked about the story like I talked about on YouTube about their mental health and about getting tased by the police. I could have died because what if that police officer would have got his gun and I would not be here today. So by the grace of God, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So period. Any of these topics will cause you'll respond to. It doesn't matter to you because you take them very serious and you have something to share.
Yeah, I have something. It's a testimony like the weight gain, all COVID I was eating. Then when you're on medication like I am, it increases your appetite. It is what it is. Now before that, I wasn't on medicine. I could keep my weight down. Now these psych meds they have me on have my motherfucking appetite increase. So now I have to implement a gym membership, which we have now implemented a gym membership and everything like that. But it's, and it's going to be good. And so now I'm working on that. Now I got a trainer. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to implement that in my content because you can get a click and a view. As long as I'm not 600 pounds, on the breathing, on oxygen, can't move around, then that's a problem. Until then, I got me a trainer and everything. And he's sexy, by the way. He's not. Yeah, he's straight, and he's just an amazing guy.
Those are the best.
I love training. I love that.
That's motivation, man. Oh,
it is definitely motivation. And another thing that gives me something else to do outside of YouTube, and it gives me ideas to come back and say, okay, let me come out here and do some content.
Yeah, no, that's true. And like you said, you can document that for motivation for other folks.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be clicks and views, like for the members and stuff like that. Show them my journey and then my diet and shit. Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be for 2021 is my year. Then when I lose the weight and get muscles and short chest, then they're going to be all in my DMs want me to fuck them. I'm like, nope, not going to do it. Because you tried to talk about me.
All right, let me see. What's the next one here? Well, I'm glad you're very candid.
Oh, absolutely.
Next one. So I have questions. So what two situations of these would you change the outcome? So DC Gate, Atlanta cast when you all first met, and the folks that you met with and the relationships that you either continued or didn't continue, the TSCC and VS, and I think you had received a lot of backlash for how strongly you supported them. And I saw a lot of those videos. I trust me, I did this weekend. I had to go sit down and I saw a lot of Wiley. I saw a lot of Wiley. I remember now a situation I was really, really a part of and was there for was when you went to Orlando for the show. And I was, I came from the PCs. I'm a PC, so I came from Tracy's camp. And there was a whole thing about, you made a video, Tracy, how could you call the police on us and blah, 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 all of that. Remember that? And that outcome. And then the Jack stunt. And I remember that. And that was with Jay Wilson. And I think you did the whole exposing. So of these 5 situations, which of the 2 would you change? Or
okay, I want to speak about the Jack. I did not catfish Jay Wilson. One of my supporters or a random person posted a pic, had the thuggish guy, and they catfish Jay Wilson, and they sent me the information. I just put the information out there publicly. I didn't mind because Jay Wilson said, "Bring the loot." The man didn't have no motherfucking loot.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm
Wiley, you
saying?
cannot tell me somebody. No, you literally had to zoom in on that in the maps on that app.
No, I did not do anything. Listen. If it was me, I give myself credit. Somebody else in that area, or somebody else over across wherever they was at, they did the catfishing. I put the story out publicly, and I believe probably if I even reach in my my email, I probably can pull up the email of the person, not how they look, but the picture they use and everything. And it was funny. I thought it was entertaining. I already knew the man was gay because some people in Chicago actually knew that Jay Wilson goes to these drag shows, and they knew of him. And Jay Wilson doxed me, and he saw an old website of me interviewing people in the ballroom scene, and he said Wiley is part of that ballroom, and that's what I knew. I said, this nigga gay, he doxed me, because you really got to look for that old website. So not shocked. I'm not shocked. I think I did all the women that thought that he was gonna give them some of that dick. I did them a favor that he don't want. He wants dick in his ass because he wanted it to be lubricated. So I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised that happened. I don't regret it. Only thing is, I wish I would have did the catfishing and everything like that and put it in the documentary, but somebody else did that. I didn't think of the idea. Now,
so there'll be an incident that you would change. You would take that back.
I would not take that back. Only thing I would take back, I wish I would have catfished him and put it out there and showed up to the door with a camera crew. Now y'all see this? This man acting like he's straight and he gay. Open up the door. I got the lube. I would have wished that I had a camera crew pulled up to that house, that empty house, and show and expose them all out there. That's what I wish I would have done. But I wasn't thinking like that. Pull up with a whole camera crew.
Oh my goodness.
Because we already knew that he was that way because a Jack notification was already out before that, and he said, "Well, this is just for a prep." He lied, so I'm glad glad he got exposed, and Brianna the one that even broke that story. So yeah, I'm not shocked at all. He the one that acted like he wanted a woman want some pussy, and then got the audacity about, yeah, I won't be a woman. You know, educate. You don't want pussy. You want dick up your ass. That's why you said, "Where is the motherfucking lube?" He like a thuggish guy, which is amazing because I like thugs too. If you know, ain't nothing wrong with that because the guy had a body and everything. You know. Anyway.
Hey, y'all, the chat, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. It's 270 in the building, and it's only 103 likes. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the community wall. Click the membership link. Membership perks are in effect. So if you want to be a part of the show tonight, hit the membership wall. Only for my members. Also, I put the Cash App for Wiley in the community wall. Please feel free to Cash App Wiley and support him and his channel. Please do so. Please do so. And also, yeah. So let's keep going. All right. So,
and another thing, how you, Jay Will, supposed to be selling prep and you ain't got no lube? See, woo, okay. Anyhow, now Orlando cops allegedly called. I was told when I was in Orlando that the cops were trying to be called. So I did a video. The only thing that I regret about that I would have watched the video, and I still don't know what the video that she did or whatever. I didn't really watch it for myself. I was just told by somebody that, hey, she's trying to call the cops. And I said, hey, let me go on my Patreon or let me go live and say, Tracy, why are you trying to call the cops? Because I don't play around with that because, you know, in Florida, they shoot and kill you. That's the same place that Trayvon Martin lost his life, and they have a such thing as stand your ground. I'm the tall, thickest, fat ass person in the building. And what do you think? Who do you think the cops going to shoot first? Me.
So Wiley, no, I remember that so succinctly because I was literally in the chat, like going from topping the chat to seeing what everybody was doing. Did you really think that somebody called the police, or do you feel like you were gassed? Like,
well, no, I think somebody told me that, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I was like, all right. So I listened to that. The cops was not called because no cops came to the door, so that lets you know no cops were called. Only thing that I wish that I would have done, because usually I do this, I go and I watch the people videos before I make an opinion. I didn't do it in this case. They got me because I was in Orlando. I was taking care of business, so I didn't have time to really look at people content, to people what they doing. And another thing, I was already doing celebrity gossip, so I wasn't really focused on the beef search. So I just took somebody where, yeah, she's trying to call the cops and blah blah. I'll say, oh, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna say this, and only regret, I wish I would have watched it. So for that, I apologize to Tracy because I did not see her call the cops or try to call the cops on it because I didn't see the video. Somebody told me.
Oh, that's dope, Tracy. That's dope because I remember that, and I was like, "Damn, Wiley!" And I saw your video. I'm like, "Damn,
because somebody told me," and I'm like, "Oh," because at that time, everybody, all of them, they were heavy in the beef. Me, I'm doing celebrity gossip. So if somebody tell me, I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me go ahead on and go live and blah 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 blah." But I didn't see her call the cops, and the cops was not called because no cops came to the door. And if the cops would have came to the door, I would have made sure to have my phone out. Don't shoot, hands up, Black Lives Matter. All they make sure I did all that, but they wouldn't call.
You would have called. Okay. What about the other three? Would you any of those? So for one of them, you would take back is the Orlando video that you
okay. Absolutely.
Any of the other three?
Now TSCC and VS. They were very supportive. Only thing that I regret with VS and TSCC is that when she was calling Sean Bradley John Gacy, I regret not doing the challenge because I did the John Gacy challenge. I was dancing in the wig and all that. I regret doing that. Now, I called VS and I said, I think you need to stop doing the whole John Gacy thing. She said she had receipt. Once your mind is made up, I can't stop her because number one, she's older than me. Number two, she's a grown ass woman. But I did tell her, I think you need to lay off on the whole John Gacy situation, right? But the only thing I regret is doing the challenge in the wig, in the hair, because I did my Creed Across our Diva. That's the only thing I regret. And I wish I would have came out more and more and told her, don't talk about that, don't talk about it. But at the end of the day, she had her mind made up that somebody emailed her or somebody texted her some information. But I did used to tell her you need to lay off on that. But again, she did what she had to do. And at that time, we were cool. We were cool. It was very big for us to be cool. And she was very supportive outside of YouTube and on YouTube. Very supportive. She would send her people my way. I would send my people her way. And she was she helped her supporters and mine to donate for the car. She the one that I will never forget today. It was before like my birthday. And she was like, listen, Wiley go live every day and y'all ain't donating to the GoFundMe because it was like $10 in the GoFundMe. She talked to her supporters as well as mine, riled them up, and less than a day or two, it was over $1,000 some in that GoFundMe for me to have a down payment. They did not give me a car. They helped me with the down payment. I paid the motherfucking car off. So when people have the story, they never tell the full story. They just say, how like VS bought them a car. No, she helped me with the down payment, and I paid the car off. So, yeah. Now, when it comes to Atlanta, I have nothing to grab about Atlanta. Everything was perfect at all. Only thing the rest of them, what they should have regretted is them going live on their YouTube, hugging each other. I ain't do that. When I went live, fish, grease. I'm keeping the same energy because I knew that this is going to be on YouTube. So when I go live on my YouTube, fish, grease, I'm going to be dragging, I'm going to be shady on my YouTube just to keep it up. The rest of them hugging each other, kumbaya, kissing each other, whatever they do doing. I made sure that I said fish, grease. I didn't try to show like no public love and all that stuff. So I made sure that I kept the same energy on my YouTube. And that
Deborah Mitchell, thank you so much, love. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. For real. I really did. I sat myself down this weekend and went to the Wiley archives. I don't know if you saw a whole bunch of likes and old videos being watched, but that was me. Okay. Because I didn't know if nowadays, looking back at how much support and how much you went hard for them and VS, did you kind of regret that? But it sounds like you just wish that some things you just did a little bit different.
Something I wish I would have did a little better. It was very beneficial. It was fun. It was entertaining and everything. Because VS was very helpful. She had her problems a little bit, like everybody else, but she was very supportive, and it was it was great. I had a good time. It helped me with it. It was awesome. I had an awesome time
Shakira.
With TSCC. I was never a member. I want to make this clear. Now, I was on a panel with QI. Okay, bloody panties. And the reason why I'm saying bloody period panties, Because when she was on the Mess Express, VS said you got some bloody period panties. She said, I did not have all no bloody period panties. And I was on another panel and QI tried to drag me. Now, I'm going to be perfectly clear. The reason why this QI person that one else supposed to have a public relationship with VS, she's mad because me and VS was in the pool together and my dick was hard. I wanted to fuck VS and she got mad because I got a real dick. I ain't have no raggedy ass vibrator. It was a real dick. What I had to go on my book bag with this raggedy, gooey vibrator. I just want to make that clear. That's why she don't like me. And
okay.
And she used to tell VS, you shouldn't be friends with Wiley. You shouldn't be friends with Wiley. He ain't no good. She just mad because I really like VS and I really could get VS pregnant and she couldn't do nothing with that vibrator. Anyway, and it wasn't clean. All right, I don't have to say no allegedly. It was not clean. And she been mad at me ever since VS left her at that hotel and now getting into DC Gate. Now, it was fun at DC Gate, but QI was in the lobby getting her some coffee, and VS said, I got to go get my man. I got to go get Wiley and pick him up. So QI wanted to go get her some coffee because she was so tired, and she was mad because she got left in the lobby. That ain't my fault that VS left you in the lobby because you wanted to get some coffee. When VS say move, she mean move. So DC Gate, it was fun. It was really, really fun. Only thing that I regret about DC Gate, that Rico would have just came to the casino with me to DC, but he was so up Sean Bradley ass. He loves Sean Bradley. Oh, Sean Bradley is the greatest. He is the best. So he started threatening VS because he went over to Chocolate Bay's house to cook some chicken and all, because this man had pots, pans, chicken, everything, liquor, everything. And he went over there and Chocolate Bay car got towed out of the parking lot. He couldn't get to the casino. So VS went live and she just started throwing little digs here. I'm going to feed Wiley. And that got under Rico feelings. And he said he's going to come there and beat her up, but he couldn't get that because the car was towed. I'm glad it was, because if he was showed up to that casino, he would have went to jail. You come there acting crazy, trying to beat up a black woman, your ass would have been locked up. So the only thing that I regret, that I would have went to DC like a week, met up with the TSCC folks first, or met up with Rico first, and then met up with I tried to combine. I met up with two groups, with the Rico and TSCC, and it was fun. It was really, really fun. But I was not going to come to DC and not link up with VS. You must be kidding me. Of course. Now, this is the thing. Rico was like, oh, Sean Bradley is the greatest. Stop doing the Sean. He trashing VS, call her a bitch and everything. But VS was the one that said, bring your garbage bags. Bring your crock pot. Bring the burnt chicken. Bring all the liquor. Put it in my car so we can drop you off. Not in DC, so we can drop your ass off in Maryland. She did it. She didn't have to do that. See, when people talk about her, tell the whole story. Yeah, you was up there riding for Sean Bradley, but it wasn't Sean Bradley car that you was in, dropped your ass back up into Maryland. It was VS. And she was just so nice. They were talking so nice. They had a beautiful conversation and everything. It was so nice. Actually, VS was on Rico's side, and she felt like I was wrong because I didn't treat Rico right. But that don't get out. That ain't out there public. That ain't in no titles. She said, why did you treat Rico like that? She was out to showing up. I mean, they had nice. Rico said we could be like sisters, but they was nice. But that don't come out publicly. She was the one that actually got him out there. And they actually did content outside his house. And VS was like, Wiley, go up there and give Rico, y'all go and make some love. So I didn't want to do it. I felt forced going upstairs. I really felt forced because I didn't want to have no sex. I was done having sex. I wasn't into having sex. It was hot as fuck up in his apartment room, whatever you want to call it. I sweat my ass off. I wanted to be in some AC. My mind wasn't into fucking. My mind was into meeting VS and TSC and taking my ass back to that. It was burning up. I was hot. I needed some cold water. I did not want to be playing with somebody's dick or them playing with my dick. It's too hot. And it was hot that day. It was hot.
The Sassy Show said you did do Rico wrong, and she's been supporting you for 4 years, Wiley.
I did not do no Rico wrong. He was a grown ass man. He paid for the Airbnb because he wanted to pay for the Airbnb. I paid for my flight. Rico have to take ownership and say, you know what? You made those. I did not use you. You're a grown ass man. How the hell I use somebody? I come from Dallas and I'm just going to use. No, You did all these things because you had another narrative. You wanted, and in my opinion, you just wanted some sex. As long as you was getting dick, you had a problem. You was mad because you wasn't getting enough dick. And then he brought his friend. I have a problem with Chocolate Bay. Rico brought Chocolate Bay. See, when y'all bring all this stuff, Rico brought Chocolate Bay. The reason why Rico brought Chocolate Bay, because Chocolate Bay wanted to meet up Roddy. He just as messy as they come. So he come. We link up. We kiss. We mess around. We go to the club. Me and Chocolate Bay in the club. Rico go outside. Can't get back into the club because he left. Because he was meeting up with his friend Lukerman outside. Couldn't get back in. So I'm dancing with Chocolate Bay. We get like a little bond because I'm really into Chocolate Bay. He's good. Talk about politics. That's what I like. They get my there. Rico just couldn't relate. He couldn't stimulate me mentally. Chocolate Bay did. So we had a whole beautiful thing. And so Rico brought Lukerman to the house. And Lukerman thought he was about to have a whole orgy. Lukerman was fat, crusty. I have no problem with fat folks. I actually fucked a fat guy named Reese G on Chasing Dallas. I have no problem with fat people. But I wasn't attracted to Lukerman. Crusty, dirty, and everything. So Lukerman was eating Rico ass. And I wasn't interested. So I went to the room in Airbnb, and me and Chocolate Bay got it in. That's what we did. Yeah. That's what I got. And then, because before that, Lukerman put his finger in my ass. And I wasn't into that. I just wasn't into Lukerman at all. Nor was Chocolate Bay into Lukerman. Then Rico busting the door. Yeah, if anybody gets, I pay for this dick. If anybody gets some dick, it's going to be me. I'm like a little prostitute or something. Or no, a whore. It's like I'm a hoe. I pay for this dick. Anybody gets some dick is me. I pay for this Airbnb. And if you don't like it, Chocolate Bay, you can leave. So Chocolate Bay left. I recorded all that shit. And because I made sure, let me record this shit so I get some content once I get back.
Okay, I'm hollering too. What?
And Chocolate Bay left. And I was there. And Lukerman left. And it was a whole high man. And then we just went on and went to sleep. Yeah. I don't regret nothing of these. Only thing I wish I would have had some more cameras, a camera crew, and taped it like a reality show. But I made sure I recorded a lot in DC. I don't regret it at all. No, okay. One thing I wish I would have did is got my own hotel room and just leak over Rico, like Stan, because I would never ever do that again. Because having an Airbnb, we couldn't hardly get in the basement because it was in the basement, no kitchen. It was in the basement, and it was hard getting it. I was hot and sweating. I was like, I would have came out better getting my own hotel room. Now, I could have stayed with the TSCC lesbian people over there, the Bulldaggers. I couldn't stay over there because I was being nice with Rico. But TSCC had 2 other rooms that they wasn't even using. I could have stayed with them. But they was already in Virginia. I stayed with Rico because Rico invited me, and I said, "Hey, I just stay with Rico and everything like that." But yeah, DC Gate was definitely something. It was amazing. Then people say, "Yeah, you need to kick Wiley out." He wasn't going to kick Wiley, and if he would have kicked me out, I would have gone over there with VS with the lesbian crew that they had out there. There was some beautiful black woman. I would have stayed out there because VS was actually waiting to see was he was going to kick my ass out. So how y'all? They were so happy. Jay Wilson, yeah, kick him out. They was getting all the clicks and views right after Wiley and Rico and everything like. And another thing, Rico really felt for me. He did. Yes. For me, he really was in love with me. He was. I wasn't. For me, clicks and views. I wasn't that interested because I didn't know you. He really, really felt for me when he sat there and he cried. Why don't you? I want us to do it together. And he really, really liked me. I wasn't into him like that. Now I appreciate the love now as a brother. We cool, but I'm not. He's just not my type because it ain't about just because you got a big dick. You got to be able to stimulate me in my mind. We got to be able to have a conversation outside of fucking because this fucking is just like a temporary. You got to be there to do something outside the bedroom. And Rico just wasn't my type. He's a good man for somebody else. He just wasn't for me.
And so and I just want to make sure this is clear. So all of the respect and sort of I'll help Rico out and you reaching out to Rico, that's just under the auspices of you like him genuinely as a person, not because you have an affection or anything like that.
No, I don't have affection at all. It's just as a good person and everything like that. I appreciate him more, but he's just not my type. They're not my type of person.
Okay. And I'm glad. So it seemed like 2 situations here, DC Gate and, how we can just say it, just put it out there, how you did Rico. And then
I didn't do Rico nowhere. He came and he complained all that good stuff. VS treated Rico good kindness. He need to be all her for all that gas. She did went on, took his ass back home. Wiley didn't do nothing wrong. That's something that he needs to get over with. And see, this is the thing. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna say about DC Gay. So Rico was like, yeah, I know QI and VS is busting a couple of nuts. And I laughed because I thought it was funny. Rico decided to throw a drink in my face. Now, all you tired people in there, if you get a drink thrown in your face, how would you feel? And I wanted to call the cops. It was VS, TSCC that said, Wiley, do not call the cops. My eyes was burning and everything. How would you feel, King Rome, if somebody throw a cup of alcohol in your face? How would you feel?
Well,
and y'all want me to feel sorry for him? Hell no. Fuck that.
So, okay. So just based on the question, it's only what other situation? Orlando cops, you regret that whole video situation. But what other situation is here? Would you
Orlando. And I wish that I would have my own hotel in DC. Yes. And I wish I had the camera crew for the Jack stunt. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Wiley. I'm glad we got somewhere with that. I think everybody got some questions answered. My members don't forget to drop your questions into the members comment on the community wall. That's where we going for y'all segment of the show. That's gonna come up later. All right. So navigating the beef. So now this is where I want to ask you. So what's different? In responding to the beef, what's different? Are you responding to the subject or are you responding to the person?
With me, I just respond to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is different. Because I understand the beef sector now. I think that the beef sector have changed when I was a part of it, because back in the day, only thing we had was our cell phones and we would go live. When StreamYard came, it changed because then people was able to come on camera. Another change, people start not showing themselves on camera. And so I work well when you show yourself on camera because I can roast and gag you. I couldn't do that anymore because everybody wanted to be on the thumbnail. And then everybody just want to have 15 people on the panel and everything like that. And I got to say, oh, this ain't for me anymore.
So what about how do you handle your subscribers then? Those who are still affiliated with the beef sector and expect you to sort of respond or give your opinion on something?
Every once in a while I may talk about it, but again, I told them, I said, listen, I'm going on the change and I'm doing celebrity gossip and I'm doing celebrity gossip. Every once in a while I see some of them come back to me. And one thing I've learned about YouTube, subscribers going to come and go. You just have to make sure you're doing what you want to do to grow your platform. Because when I was in the beef sector, I couldn't get no more than 5,000 subscribers. But once I left, I quadrupled that. And
thank you, Tracy.
Right, I got to. Thank you, Tracy.
He says, "I love you, Wally. Don't let Rico move in. He will want to poke you 24/7."
That just will never happen. I only
he would not. He's not about sex all the time.
21,000. I got like 21,000 subscribers. So I started looking. I was like, man, why is I'm stagnant? So that's why I started to do other stuff because the B sector semi kind of, limits you for how I felt. I just wanted to just move on to like bigger subscriber numbers, to bigger topics to get more people.
So basically, it doesn't matter to you if your subscribers want you to move in a certain way. You're just pushing forward what you want to do with your channel.
Absolutely, because now my subscribers, they want us to. They want celebrity gossip now. And once I went to Atlanta, I started to see some things. I started to see wealth. And I said, hey, I want to try something different for my channel. And that's why I made it the switch. Ever since Atlanta, I made it that shift and just to focus on celebrity gossip. And I'm glad that I did it because now it's amazing.
Wait, Wiley, you're in Atlanta now?
I am in Dallas. I'm thinking about moving to, I'm going to just say this. I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta, but I'm in Dallas, Texas now.
Oh, you are. You're in Texas.
Okay.
Texas. Well, okay.
Yes.
I don't know why I kept thinking you were in Chicago. Oh my God.
I used to live in Chicago.
I'm gonna thank you all at the end of the. I don't want to interrupt. Thank you so much, you all. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the cash apps. Don't forget to support support us tonight. Support both Wiley. Wiley, put your Cash App up. Put your
Okay.
name back up. I don't know.
All right, hold on. I posted there if anybody want to
Yeah,
send, send
Support,
that.
support Wiley.
And also too, even when I was in the beef sector, I didn't always talk about beef. I used to talk about politics. I used to talk about all type of stuff, trending news. We talked about a transgender woman that was killed. I actually went to her funeral. We covered that on our YouTube channel, why I was in the beef sector. So I didn't always talk about beef. I talked about a lot of topics. I talked about family stuff. Nobody was really talking about stuff like that. I interviewed my mother on YouTube doing the beef sector. Yeah.
Okay. And so all of that for you is just is really enough for you to feel poised enough to move forward and past anybody. Because sometimes I think I got this from a couple of content creators who wanted to know, they're in transition of moving from the beef sector into new territories, but they oftentimes feel like their cohort of subscribers are based in the beef sector. And if they pivot, they're not going to want to watch their content. They're going to want them to respond to the beef. How do you get them to see?
For me, you're going to lose. So you have to be prepared, boom, to take the hit. I took the hit. And then you keep going, new people will come in. It will flush itself out. Jay Wilson, he tried to come to the celebrity gossip sector. He tried. 15 views, 20 views. Nobody watched him. But he didn't stay consistent in the celebrity gossip realm. You have to stay consistent in doing so in order to see that change. That's with anything. Now, if you're not willing to take a hit, then stay in the beef sector. But if you're willing to take a shift, you got to stay consistent.
That's a good point. That is a really good point, because I think a lot of times people do not expect the hit. People do not expect that the hit is going to be so dramatic and so quick. Like they see their numbers go from 2,000 views on a video to 200 people watching, and it's like, what y'all want, So that's a good point, and that's something I even think about myself. So thank you.
Yeah, because the beef sector is a built-in audience. So it is easy to become a YouTuber in the beef sector to get to your 1,000 to be monetized. It's really easy. When you do celebrity gossip, it's a whole different formula because you got to talk about the topic. You got to stay consistent. People got to know who you are. You got to stay consistent. If you're talking about shows, when they get off the air, you got to cover it. You got to be hungry, pushing out the content. Beef sector, it is so easy. I can go live. Tracy is not a good person, and here's why. Whoosh, they'll be watching. Then somebody might be triggered and go live to respond to your commentary. Just like when I was went to Vegas and I was sitting down with Sean Bradley, I'm very wise enough to know that if I talk about content creator, they're gonna go live. We dragged what's his name, James, Trash Lane. We dragged him for a film. What did he do? I'm just cleaning it up. I'm just cleaning it up. And he dragged Wiley because I knew if I mention his name and drag him, he's going to respond. That's the beauty of the beef sector, because this celebrity gossip, you rarely would get a celebrity to put your name in the title and drag you on Instagram. And if you do have that, you have something special.
Oh. So it's sort of you're strategic with how you use it. You use the beef sector almost when it comes to
absolutely. When my numbers are low in celebrity gossip, if I feel like I need to tap into the beef sector, I'll tap into it because I know it's a
great way to be, though. That is a great way to be and very comfortable with it. You can go in between both. You know what I mean, and still keep the same number. So I think I think a lot of people who ask that question is taking some gems from that. Now, let me ask you about networking. Mm-hmm. How do you network with those in the beef sector and still maintain your channel the way it is? And what I'm talking about specifically is, what if there's folks in the beef sector who want you to either come on their panel or they want to be a part of what you're doing? How do you keep it cut clean and dry?
I contacted like Brianna. I think the only person I've worked with, I contacted Brianna because she talked about celebrity gossip. So we did a panel. I interviewed Timothy Bland because we started the Wiley Book Club. We talked about Meth Monster. And so I interviewed him about his new book. So that's a good, if it makes sense. I don't just collaborate with everybody. And you must show yourself on camera. You're not motherfucking coming on my YouTube on no thumbnail. If your hair nappy and you ain't got no wig, we want to see it on my channel.
Is that really a rule for your channel?
That's my child. I'm not want to see you with a thumbnail. If you can see my lazy cock eye, I want to see you with your nasty looking wig or your bald spot or whatever else how you look. If I could come out looking the way I'm looking, you can come out and look the way you looking. And some of y'all, let me just say this, and I'm done. Don't get triggered with somebody with a thumbnail dragging you if they can't show themselves on camera. You talking all that big about show yourself on camera. Let's put face to face. Let's have a conversation. All right.
That's true. No, that's true. Okay. And are you open? So if someone clearly you're open to, going on other folks' panels, but are you open if there's anytime somebody wants you to defend them? Is that something you'll do, or is that you try to stay out of other folks' drama?
I try to say I don't really watch a B-side anymore, and this is where I knew I was out of it because if you're in a B-side, down your timeline, King Rum. I don't know about you. You see B-sector related stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Do you see that in your timeline? For me, I knew I was officially out of the B-sector because nobody in the B-sector was down my timeline. Everybody that's in my timeline is lovely. Armand. Daytime teacher, everything is celebrity, DJ academics, nothing beats unless I go and view it on myself. Like somebody just send me a link, but it's not in my timeline.
So that's a good point because my timeline is very, very mixed now. It's a lot of celebrity stuff and then a few because I'm adding new people. So those new people that I'm adding, they're now like celebrities. So that's what I see more. But in my like on my home, but on my subscription timeline, it's like definitely
it's all beef.
Mostly, the beef sector videos that popped up. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I just wonder how that worked for you. Peace Love says her timeline has changed dramatically too. That's a very good point. To have. I'm gonna ask them those questions later. Y'all timeline full with people from the beef sector, even those I don't even watch. Did you strategically remove people from being in your timeline from the beef sector?
Oh no, it just YouTube work. Whatever you watch it, I watch nothing but celebrity gossip. So that whatever you watch, whatever you thumbs up, and whatever you're commenting on, YouTube gonna feed you that more. Okay. And the reason why I'm giving away these ideas because I'm going to give it away. I'm not going to why keep it? No, I'm going to share. Sharing is caring. And if you win, I win. We all win. Black folks, the only group of people. Oh, I don't want to tell you the secret because you're going to surpass me. It's 1 billion people on the planet. Everybody can eat at the table.
Yep. Nope. I agree. Okay. No, thank you. Thank you so much for this. And I think we got an idea of some of the points that you've made in terms of how you're moving and navigating in the beef sector. Is there anything you want to add in terms of how you're navigating and moving in the beef sector that we didn't cover?
No, like everything is good. I wish that I would have just took over the whole panel thing because I don't know if you remember back in the day, VS used to do the Mess Express. That was so powerful. I wish they would bring something like that back. But now I think people like Jay Wilson, and I got to give him credit. He just had people just on thumbnails and everything. I wish people would actually do a panel that they show themselves. Now, if you need me to do a panel or Brianna or something like that, that's great. But I don't like to see people with thumbnails just arguing with each other. I would love to see us all go at it and we just show each other on camera. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna take like a 30-second little quick break for myself. Give me some water. We're moving into segment 2. Y'all don't want to miss this. This is Wiley Flashbacks. I have 5 videos. 5 videos. One of them is really, really, really funny. I want to ask Wiley, that was you then. Is that the same you now? So y'all check that out when we come back. Here's a 30-second countdown.
Got the hottest ride in town. It ought to be. I work on it every night. Cars have taught me a lot, but I've also learned about setting goals.
Building for the future. Doing things right.
With style.
And perfection.
Right now, I'm planning on college. Engineering maybe. And part of my plan is waiting to have sex.
Because this dream won't wait.
Not me, not now. Making smart choices about sex.
And I'm back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. What are we doing? How we doing, chat? 268 here. Can y'all please hit the like button? Please subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in becoming a member, please become a member. Make sure you hit both I was going to say Marquise. Hit Wiley's and my Cash App if you want to support and show us some love. Without further ado, let's move right into segment 2. So as I said, Wiley, there's a couple of clips that I watched and I was like, I wonder if Wiley still feels the same. So we're gonna just travel down. And Wiley, please don't in the future flag me because I have your video on my channel. I know how everybody
no, I won't do that.
Yeah, y'all, that was me. That was my little commercial. I've been working on the edit for that video, put it on my channel, you all. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go. Let's get into this first one. I had to get my voice in order first. Y'all know I was out last week, faking the funk, coming live. It's playing. I got
Black call you on the air.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, you can ask your question.
60 seconds. Okay, you guys say it's all about roasting. So is roasting about digging up people's past? And that's my question.
Okay, well, you know, when you're a rapper and you do a diss record, you always find out personal information to help with the diss record. You know, when Ice Cube wrote that record, No Vaseline, to Eazy-E, so you dig up rumors and you use that. And so you go on people's past. And so that's what you do. Some people, it's easy. A lot of times, it's really ain't even that hard. It's on Facebook. A lot of this information is public information. It's not really that hard. You know, you can just go to Christian Mingle. Some people is on Jack. Some people is on A4A. Some people is on Backpage. Some people is on the Craigslist. So it's really not hard and difficult to find information for anybody, you know. And so you can use that. So I don't see a problem or issue with that at all because people want to do it all the time. CNN does.
Now, do you feel the same way about
The same
doxing you?
The same. I feel the same way. Nothing have changed. Only, you know, and that was before StreamYard. And I remember that phone I had. That was a Metro PCS phone I had. Living in someone's living room. Okay, and I just went live and had the phone on. But no, I would not change nothing about that. Nope.
Okay, so you don't, and when it comes to you think it's fair game if anyone uses your personal information that they can find online?
They always do that. So for me, that's why I feel like that, because I went through it every day.
That's why I was saying, like, is it because you're desensitized? Because people who aren't,
I'm desensitized, stuff like that. I tell anybody, if you ain't willing to go through the pits of hell in this B sector, don't start a channel and try to dox people, and you try to do it, because once they find it, you're going to get a clap back.
And you're fine with that.
I'm fine with that, especially because that's the beauty of the beat sector, honestly. Because especially if you're the type of person, you're clapping back at everybody. So eventually you're gonna have your day.
You're talking about you?
Yeah, that's close to anybody. Like if you're the type of person go live and you drag everybody, and what do you think? Eventually somebody gonna, and then when information come out, dude, you ain't gonna have no sympathy, because the first thing they're gonna say, but girl, you talked about everybody, and this and this and this and this. Like, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on to the next clip.
Done. I'm
wait.
Still not done with the situation. As long as we get information, I will report on it. Why not? And let me say this again to the people in the back. Everybody that's on YouTube is for clickbait. It's for clicks and views. When you turn this camera on, you don't want to be talking to yourself. And if you do want to be talking to yourself, come on, daughter, let's go on to the nearest mental institution, because you lost your mind. You want people to watch you, right or wrong. Everybody that's on YouTube, you want people to use it. Everybody that's on YouTube is for clicks and bait. Wiley, I'm gonna admit it. I'm on here for clicks and views. Wiley's on here for clicks and views. And yes, Wiley will do anything for clicks and views, because when you're tired of being broke, when you're tired of riding the bus, when you're tired of being homeless, you're going to do anything you can do on a legal point to build a platform for yourself. This is legal.
Okay.
So, do you still feel the same way that you'll do anything for
and when I mean that I would do anything, I'm talking about, creatively, whatever type of topic to build my channel up, not anything. Cause some people do anything, they get into fight videos or they try to rob people to go live or what these kids now smacking a teacher on TikTok. No, I'm not going to do anything or commit a crime just for clicks and views, but whatever it takes, if it's something trendy, I'm going to try my best to put my spin on it. So when I remember I said that, well, he'll do anything. What do you mean? No, I'm going to clarify that. Anything that's legal and that I feel that it would be entertaining, then yes, if it's like shade, but I won't just do anything just to get a click and a view.
Okay.
It have to make sense.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Let me see. What's the next one?
Mentor, you supposed to be adopting some children, and you cussing out women like that. God forbid what them kids are hearing. God forbid if they leave their clothes on the floor. What kind of words would you say to them children? And that's the first thing that went to my mind, because when folks say I am an adopted parent, I adopt children, this is what I do, I provide a home for children, and you are literally cussing out women. Some of them kids came from abusive homes with words. You can be verbal abusive, and folks don't understand that you might not put your hands on your child physically, but with your words you can be verbal offensive, verbal abuse.
Now, do you know who you were talking about?
I don't know who I was talking about, but
you were talking about Sean Bradley.
I stand on what I said.
You were talking, so I was wondering, do you still feel the same?
Okay, let me put it like this. You as an adult can say what you want to say, and just because I'm mature now, just because you cuss people out online doesn't mean that you're cussing people out. I hope that you're not cussing your kids out just being verbal abusive, because you're an artist and you can cuss, you can use profanity. That does not necessarily mean that you are doing that to your children. Now, I will question that if your kids is in the back and you just doing all this cussing. I would like, for me, I can't wait to get this way, have my own wing of my own studio, so they won't just see me do it in person. But yeah, I don't see a problem with that. But I just because you cuss on YouTube doesn't necessarily mean that you're cussing your kids out.
Okay. So that's a change. That is a change. Okay. All right. What is the next clip? Do you remember these? Oh, go ahead.
Stop, and I'm in a better headspace. And I don't pay attention to any of the negativity that's going on. I don't wish to drag nobody. Just don't drag me. But if you feel like you have to, then go ahead. It's all free promo.
That's it. And it's all going to add it to the Lady Nika brand. And I don't care what they say about Wiley. All it's going to do is add to the Wiley brand, the Lady Nika brand, the VS brand, the TSCC brand, despite what they say. And they're still making videos. They're still talking. All it's doing is giving free publicity.
Well, they can keep talking. I'm over there doing what it is that I do. And as always, I try to stay Beyonce to the bullshit. Or well, to the bull crap.
Come on, I'm with you, sister.
So do you still feel the same way?
I still feel the same way. I still feel the same way. It's just amazing just for like lady have her on there. I just remember she got kicked off the Mess Express. It was so funny how that happened. But yeah, but she had that energy for VS. But VS helped her. She kept, oh Lord. She got live and she started crying. Oh, VS, thank you. You gave me my voice back. That's why her teeth were jacked up. Now she got some good old dentures down. But yeah, I still stand by those statements.
You are not right. I was very curious about did Lady Nika pop in the room? No. Hey, Lady Nika, if you're here in the bushes. Okay. I was very curious whether or not you still felt the same in terms of the support, but it's good to know you still do feel the same. That just lets me know that you can sometimes put the beef to the side.
You can.
Yeah, that's good. No. Oh, did I pass it? All right. And we are here. Okay. The next one.
They can keep talking.
All right. Sorry.
I had that time.
So when was the last time somebody talked you? Because I'm just going to get my honest opinion. I don't believe that you're 100% top. I believe that you could be versus somebody could.
I'm telling you. Listen, I am a 100% top because the problem that I have bottled when I was younger. I just could not take it. I did not like it. Now, if I'm really into a person, if I'm really, really into a person, like if I'm into them intimately, like we kissing, then I can take it. Like I'll have it. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to my friend Brandon. Shout out to you, Brandon. Let me see if he's still on face. Shout out to Brandon Radcliffe. He was my first and only.
I want you to know I did go to Facebook and try to search this name to see if I could put a face to who you was talking about. I couldn't find it. I don't think I
No,
was
because
right.
I didn't give. I'm so glad I did not give the right first name. I gave the right
that
last
I
name.
allowed to just really, really talk multiple times. So shout out to Brian Radcliffe. I had to name drop you. Some names you just don't forget. Some names you just don't forget. But yeah, shout out to Brian Radcliffe. He was in the military.
You're not gonna forget the first.
No, you're not gonna forget the first. He was in the.
So
is
that still the same?
Social media. Same
today?
energy. Same energy. The same energy. I have not. It's been a long time since I have topped, and I've been in my early 20s because number one, topping it hurts. It's very painful, and I'm just not into it. I have more pleasure as a top. And many people on YouTube think I'm verse and all that type of stuff because of Rico was in his feelings said, I boo boo. This is what he said, y'all. This is Rico. I boo boo.
Is that true?
Did
that happen?
That never happened at all. I boo booed on his pain. Like, absolutely not. I'm strictly a top. And another thing I want to say for me, how I be ramming it in, it's painful, and I have a nice size pain, you know. But for the first guy that actually taught me, he was in the military. He had a body. It was everything. But again, I'm a top. I can't take none up. But no.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Same energy. You got the same energy.
The same energy that I have now.
Okay. All right. And then this was viewer's choice. Somebody requested me to add this. So
please. Okay. You look in the mirror. I guarantee your mama not sitting right. Don't worry about this wig. Worry about your mama. Okay? Honey, let me tell you something. If you try to read me, baby, I'm not Wiley. I would read you. Your mama is not sitting. And I guarantee your daddy left you for your grandmother. Okay? Don't come with Marquita. Baby, I'm not Wiley. I'm not going to play no games with you. You come for me, baby. I come for you. I just want to make that clear. All this extra that Wiley was letting y'all get through, say what y'all want to say, not with me, baby. I'm coming for your grandmama, your auntie, your uncles.
So where's Marquita?
Marquita the Cross-Eyed Diva was a character that I created, and it was just awesome. I'm going to bring her back in 2021 because it was so fun. I couldn't deal with the comments with the women. It was like, you're trying to be like us. You're making fun of the women, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of stopped. And another thing, I did not want to get famous for wearing a wig. I want to get famous for being me, you know, because that takes time. I remember I went to the Goodwill to get that shirt. My roommate at the time, that was his lipstick. That was his wig because he used to do drag. And I put it on. I was in his kitchen cooking and washing dishes and doing that. I remember that. Yes. But in 2022, we're going to bring Marquita the Cross-Eyed Diva back.
Please. Hilariousness. I was watching, I couldn't stop laughing. Then you had like they were coming back, and I was like,
Yes, I really remember that. That was amazing. I remember, and I gave her the name, Marquita the Cross-Eyed Diva.
All right, my last segment of the night, and this is just a conversation. So, chat, make sure y'all hit the like button, all that good stuff. And those members, make sure you drop all of your information or whatever you want into the comment box on the community wall. All right, let's get into this. And some of this stuff I feel like you've answered already just because we've having a conversation, and I appreciate it too. Just flowing.
Yeah.
So what keeps you focused from like commenting and dropping down in chats? Like I know that you're around clearly, but what keeps you from like commenting on videos and dropping down in chats?
I'll stay focused on me. Like for me now, I have like what I use is like index cards. I take notes and I stay real focused because I'm trying to build a show, right? Have structure. So I'm out of the space of just going into random chats and get offended. I don't do that at all. I have, unless I'm like really, really bored. But I'm just really because the Wiley show is keeping me so busy. I just stay focused on that and staying focused on the commentary that I'm doing.
Okay. And then in terms of following folks, would you say as your transition, have you ever unfollowed a beef sector content creator?
Unfollow? You
Unfollow?
Said, no, never. Everybody, I'm still subscribed to their channel.
Okay. By request 99, thank you so much for the super chat. Kudos, King Roman. Been following Wiley when Armand Wiggins debut on Jacob Kohinor. Your boy Nunu was in NOLA and West from A Connection TV lived in New York City. Continued success, gents.
Yes, you're taking it that is way back. I'm so glad. Wow, that's amazing.
That went back for you.
That's literally way back. I remember when he debuted on that that show. Yeah, I remember that. That's way back in the day. And your boy Nuno and A Connection TV. I actually met A Connection TV in Atlanta. That's way back.
And then networking, you pretty much answered earlier. We just wanted to talk about how did you mix and mingle with the folks in the beef sector, and now you answered that for us. You pick and choose, and it's like a case-by-case scenario for you in terms of that.
Yes. And also too, I'm so glad that person who sent that super chat, thank you, because I was doing commentary way before the beef sector. Many people think I got my start at the beef sector. That's incorrect. I started doing shows back in 2011 on Blog Talk Radio. I started doing videos like on Facebook. And then I linked up with Armand, and we used to do Facebook shows and go live over there on Facebook. And this was before I even knew anything about a beef sector.
Because I remember watching a video about y'all friendship disbanding.
Yes.
And I felt like as I was watching those videos, I was like, oh, Wiley's hurt.
I was hurt and manic at the same time.
I was like, Wiley is hurt. He's just out here saying something. So, and then it gave me the feeling like at that time, Armand Wiggins wasn't on the level he is now. And so you were comfortable saying some of the stuff you were saying because now it's really more business focused. Like I feel like you're more so poking at the celebrity side, the business side. It ain't a personal thing.
It's not personal. And I had to apologize for the third time. But man, I was hurt. And let me tell you why I was hurt. And I was manic too, but I was hurt because I was going to interview Jay Wilson. I had an interview scheduled. And I wanted to use OBS, and using OBS is a certain way you have to use to bring them on to bring them on video conference, to video them in on Skype. Armand know how to use the Skype. So I had some, man, can you no, why don't you ask Jay Wilson to teach you how to use the Skype? And I was hurt because I wasn't getting help. Instead of me waiting to let him have his moment, once again, I would go public and blah, 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 blah. But we had a conversation. He said, we ever were to fall out, don't go public. And I didn't want to hear that. I went public with this information.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. So I see how you all are now today. Are y'all friends behind the scenes? And
we are good. We are good. We are cordial. That will always be my brother. Okay. We are cool. Everything like that. And that's good because I noticed it. Like today, I just defended him because the Barb's tried to drag him. Yeah, so we're cool. I now the mature Wiley, I understand the business, and we are cool. And I'm glad that I'm able to get on the phone and talk to him, and if we ever need to have like a conversation. He's just an amazing person. I made the mistakes because every time I had a disagreement with him, I go live and I go public and just drag. And he has been dealing with that before I was on YouTube. I used to drag him on Facebook when I get back because I actually told him to interview my mother. And he did interview my mother.
You did.
And I got mad. And I cussed him out on Facebook and all blah, 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 blah. And I got really, really mad. And we made up.
Toby.
And I dragged him again. Then we made up again. And then I just looked at myself and I said, you know what, Wiley, you were wrong. And sometimes you have to come out and say that you were wrong and apologize for what you did wrong. And I did that, and I sleep better at night too.
Yeah, Bush Babe. He says he still does talk to Ahmad Wiggins and collaborate. Yep.
Yeah, so I still talk to him. He's just an amazing guy.
Okay. All right. Okay, and let's move on to the next one. What keeps you focused? Subscribership. So with your older subscribers, I think we talked about this earlier. You really, it doesn't really focus. You don't really focus on their needs to have you doing beef sector commentary. You're just focusing on your new focus, which is celebrity gossip and your different other ventures and your new subscriber growth. Basically, is what you're focused on.
Yeah, that's what I'm really focused on. And really challenging myself, because I said, what else can I do? And so really challenge. And we're about to get into a new year. So sometimes I want to just do like a revamp, because like playing those old videos, it took me back. So I really can tell the maturity of me now. But I still had that focus. I was able to give my opinion. I was able, to talk to callers. We still to the call lines. It's just was something different with more trending topics versus just the beef sector. But I was doing no other show other than Sean Bradley, but he was doing a free conference number. We were doing a show. You just call one number and call in, and we were doing that way back in the day.
Welcome, Miss Toby. Okay. And then now the change in your audience. Have you noticed that shift?
Oh yeah, because I used to check Lipstick Alley, and they said, I don't recognize them people in Wiley chat. Yeah, because they're new people, right? I share, if you check your analytics for content creators in the building, it show you what channels your audience is watching. It give you a whole list of maybe about 10 content creators.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Who your audience is watching. So when I tune into my analytics, all of my a big chunk of my audience watching nothing but the heavy hitters and celebrity gossip.
I have a question about that, because I've been seeing mines too. So does that really serve a purpose other than just giving you details and
it just giving you details? It's just really showing you like your content is relatable to this channel. Why they watch you, they watch this other person, and everything like that. So that's a good thing to know, that you're, especially if you're a small. I don't like.
Thank you.
I don't like to say smaller content creators. I like to say up and coming content creators. I don't like the word small. That triggers me. I'm 6'2". I'm not small. I'm up and coming. And so it's a good thing when you having somebody that's watching somebody with 900,000 subscribers, and you only got like whatever you got. That's amazing that you're watching me too. And I've always said this. My personality my subscribers have not caught up with my personality. Because I'm really funny.
That's a good point. Your subscribers hasn't caught up with your personality. That means they won't, but it's still a learning curve.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, though, because sometimes we instantly think that they're supposed to adapt and adjust and change to our new vision, but it's a certain amount of time that comes with it. And like you said, you got to be prepared to lose some folks.
Absolutely. And you definitely have to be prepared to lose some folks. Like in 2022, we're gonna implement a website where we're gonna talk about celebrity gossip, politics, and we're gonna be interviewing people. I'm gonna just let y'all know this. Since I live in Texas, and this is a Republican place, I'm gonna go to like Republican like events. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, and ask Republicans questions, because the reason why I say that, because I'm trying something different. And I'm still a up and coming YouTube channel. I still don't have the big numbers like everybody else. So I have nowhere but to go is up. So I'm trying different things. So 2022 is definitely my year, and 2022 for you, King Roman, is your year as well, because things is now changing. It's a new shift in the business now. So if you don't change the times, you'll get lost.
Yeah, and I think Sassy Show said it, analytics are everything. Yeah, and I'm really trying to start getting into my analytics and understand what things mean, because I'm seeing some of those things that you're talking about, and I'm like, wow, what does that mean? So thank you about that. And then let me see, can you as well about the rooms here? Oh no.
Listen. This is where and that's just false information. This is when I knew, damn, I'm a public figure and I got lied on. I learned from that moment because I'm not even rich. I'm not even famous. And already people is creating a lie to put on you. But I learned from that situation because sometimes when you go through something, learn from it. Now I'm more strategic on who I let in my house, who I interview in my house. Don't have any alcohol. I really got to know your vibes and everything like that because at that point, I didn't care. I would have Hennessy, Shiraz, whatever. But with that particular person, he brought all the liquor. He did this thing. He didn't remember what he did because he got drunk because everybody can control their liquor.
And this was done at your house.
This was done at my prime that I was saying absolutely. And he brought the liquor to meet me. I met him off of YouTube. And during that time, I wasn't even in the beat sector. I was getting 10 views on, I think 9 or 10. If you was getting, how many views you got watching right now? 200 and something? If I was getting that back in the day, I'd have thought I hit the mark because years when I was doing this, only 10 people were watching. 9 folks. That's when we watched the podcast that we did about 10 downloads. So I had to learn from them all. And since I became popular on YouTube, this particular person went to a couple people in some series and Chasing Dallas and all that. And they brought these rumors back up. And then I had to address it and answer this stuff on my audience. And so that's what I knew then. Listen, that's the price you pay when you become a public figure. Like people will make lies. You have no control. You have no control over that. And I confronted one of the guys that actually tried to put the room. We met. We both was nominated for an award. So why would you say that? Well, Wiley, yeah, I apologize. And he apologized for another person that said some rumors on me. I confronted them in Orlando. I'm not gonna say the person name. They apologized because I'm gonna confront you. But I understand the higher you go up, King Roman, the higher you go up, Wiley, whomever, that does not exempt you for being lied on.
Yeah,
somebody's going to come out with some type of lie. It's about how you going to respond to the lie.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the greatest thing about this is that I've had the opportunity to watch you all for like a year before I became a content creator, and then like 6 months before being a content creator. And so like I watched some things and how you all have moved. And I can honestly say that I pay attention to like things that you do decide to respond to, things that you don't decide to respond to, you know. But I do know, that's why I asked you earlier what things will pull you back. Like, hold up, I need to address that. And that made me realize that there will be moments, even as much as I say I don't want to be a beef sector content creator, where I will need to clarify some things. It's just my approach in doing so. You know, like you said earlier, you don't have to come on every live to address something, you know, if you don't need to, if it's not necessary, you have to pick and choose it. So I think that's
it's like, yeah, you're right. It's like a pick and choose situation. Absolutely. Because like most of us, more you move up, you are a celebrity to some people that watch you. Like somebody said, I'm thinking about we should go with YouTube kind of sort of no. I'm going to use the word famous. You can use that term. I use the word famous. Baby, I'm worldwide. No, I got people in UK watching. In Africa, I just had a Trinidad person call. I ain't understand a word she was saying, but she's from Trinidad. So you are famous. That's the word I'm using. You may not want to use that, but I'm going to use the word famous.
Okay. You definitely famous to somebody watching you.
Absolutely.
This was a very directed question. Any tips on clickbait titles, hashtag use, and then we can take networking out, but any tips on clickbait and hashtag use? So how do you use your relationship with the beef sector to also influence the views of your celebrity content? Meaning I've watched a couple of your videos where you have in the title, Rico can come live with me, Nicki Minaj this, and it's like, so are you blending this two topics?
You can blend. It's a blend. So I address that and also address other things. Just like I have a video that's going to come out. I'm going to be addressing when 5A went to my family church, and I'm addressing a celebrity gossip topic. So I'm gonna break some things down. But yeah, it's whatever. It's your channel. You can use your hashtag. You can use that, and it is not clickbait. Clickbait is when you use a title. You putting Kelly Rowland is such and such, and you talking about Beyonce, or you just talking about Nicki Minaj, but you bring in Kelly or you put Beyonce in the title just to get her stands in there, and you talking about something totally different. Ain't mention her name at all. That's clickbait.
Okay, so you're saying if you put beef sector stuff in your titles, that's not necessarily clickbait because you are talking about it.
Because you're talking about it. Clickbait, if you ain't even talking about it, we here to see that, you ain't even mention it. That's clickbait.
So the chat is saying, and remember, as a subscriber, we absolutely hate clickbait titles. Clickbait will only take you so far.
It will, because people gonna look at you. You ain't addressing the stuff that you got to talk about, and there's no need to do that. Just talk about what you put in the title, and you build upon that. You ain't got to clickbait and trick people.
Wiley is very strategic. He has a great formula that works for him. Great line. Thank you, Shady Lies of YouTube. Wiley click air with TSCC.
Rico, see this. See, you see how you keep trying to drag TSCC, but DS. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a video about how she put him in a. Listen, I want to drag somebody that picked me up, drove me to McDonald's, eat some food, sat down and let you vent, then take you home. You should be thanking VS. I don't understand why he gonna do that. Okay.
Thanking VS. Y'all, that's a whole nother show. That whole Atlanta DC gay is a show in itself.
Absolutely.
So this is my final question in the conversation part of this. Has YouTube changed your life?
Yes, YouTube have changed my life because number one, it let me know that I can really. It taught me how to be more secure within myself. It taught me business, some type of business, and I'm still learning. And I love the fact, my birthday is November 11th, and I never had a PO box. I never knew what that was, and I started that a couple of years ago. And now I go there, and stuff is full of items and boxes and stuff. I think that's amazing that that it have changed me in that sense. Now we're writing a book. I never thought about writing a book. So YouTube has just been that way. And the sky's the limit with YouTube because you really could utilize that to become bigger and stronger. Look at the woman that's doing Insecure, Issa Rae. She was they found her off of YouTube.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, do you think you'll be doing YouTube for a long time in the foreseeable future?
I think that YouTube will always be that place for me because it's money to be made. I think I would get into other things like acting, doing stand-up comedy, doing something like that. But the sky is the limit, being a producer or being a cameraman and everything like that. I see myself doing other things, but YouTube, I think, will always be because it's a worldwide platform.
Okay. And it's funny because a lot of people feel like once you get to a certain point, you should either be doing another platform. I think you are on like what is the radio platform that you're on?
Oh, Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio. I see you do that, and you go over there and do that. Is that helpful with your YouTube, or is that cumbersome? Is that it?
It's a help because it's a great outlet for people to call in, and then it's on the podcast where people can download and listen on the podcast. And I've been on there for so long, like since 2011. But YouTube is great because my people like to see me virtual, see my face, because I try my best to be on the thumbnail, and they always tell me, show yourself on camera, so that's why I like YouTube, because people can see you instead of just seeing the audio part.
So how do you do your job and school and YouTube? Do you sleep?
I did. I had an amazing sleep. Like literally, I got like two phones right here, one for play, one for work. It's challenging. Like my grade now took a hit because I'm working, school, and all that. But I try my best. It's just time management. But this has been a really rough week because I'm in a different position at my job and doing YouTube and in school. So it's just really time management. But the reason why I'm doing it is because whatever hit, whether it's the YouTube, the school, or the job, I'm gonna give myself 3 chances. And then the reason why I like to work a daytime job is because another thing, I love having 2 checks. I love having boom, off the strings until we get to 300,000. $80-some thousand, $90-some thousand, $100,000 a month from YouTube. Then I will retire from YouTube. Not no look $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. No, I'm talking about $80,000, $90,000 a month. Then I'll see myself, okay, this is full time, and I can put like 20 people on staff.
So you want a staff?
I want to staff 20 people on staff that does my editing, that does the cameraman and everything. God. And I just show myself I need a staff. I want to put my moderators on a staff, because it's much easier. They said, Wiley, I still ask, don't you work with doing so? I still over there. Y'all keep saying Avatar. That's all about the tea. I'm still over there. You can catch us back in a week or two. But yeah, I want a staff because that helps. A lot of the greats, they now have a staff now. You know, the Tasha K's, the Lovely T's, you know, the Storm Monroe. He started with 5,000. Now he's on about 200,000. He have a little staff. So a staff is good because it helps you. A 5K is a beginning. I've had nothing against the 5K. What I'm saying is, for me to sit down and retire and just do YouTube only, I need $80,000, $90,000 a month.
All right. That is all the conversation questions I have for you. Now we're gonna move into my little member segment, and so my members either had some points or some questions for you, and so I'm going to pull these up and see what they want to know really quickly, Wiley. All right. Okay, so first question is Snickers in the shower gate. What is that?
They talk. These people still think that I boo-booed on Rico P. And I'm gonna tell you, if you believe that, I'm gonna do a whole skit on that too. Y'all just give me ideas. Believe it. Let's just say I did boo-boo this week. Who cares?
Oh, this is Rico.
That's what they're talking about.
Oh,
if you take
God.
peeing up your butt, it is a risk of you getting painted on because you're in an anal canal. Have I ever been painted on? Yes. Now, have I ever painted on someone? Not Rico. Yes. That's a good question because I've done it in my early 20s. Didn't know what I did. Didn't even know. I still to this day don't know nothing about no damn dushing. I know how to go in the shower, but that's a process. But if you're going up in somebody's booty hole, it is a possibility of them boo-booing on you. Especially if you got that equipment. It's just a possibility. So don't be shocked.
All right. Did you really tell the crazy lady to go to IHOP?
I did not tell Shireen to go to IHOP. I was at work. Shireen called me after the fact when she was in the ambulance because she got knocked out and she was in the ambulance and I was talking to her. I did not tell her to go to IHOP. Shireen, when I was on my way to go get my psych medication, I was given my medication from the pharmacy. Shireen called me and said, I want to give VS some furniture. You know what VS told me, Wiley? I said, what did she tell me? She said, bitch, kill yourself. I said, but why would you want to give her some furniture, stuff like that? You know, she lived right around me. I said, don't try to give her no furniture. She don't fuck with you. She went to IHOP to confront her looking all good and can't fight. I'm not about to go confront somebody looking all good and can't fight. She wanted to leave and got her ass knocked out in the ambulance calling me. And I told her, I said, if you feel like you want to press some charges because I didn't see her get knocked out, but she just got sat on. The problem is,
she called you?
She called me when she was in the ambulance.
Oh, wow.
She called me because she was letting me know all that stuff. And we was having, and I was walking from my job, walking home. I remember it like it was yesterday. And she called me and analyzed it, and she did this, and my family wanted me to go to this, and all this. I got a caregiver. I didn't even know she had all the medical problems. I didn't know that, but I couldn't tell because you'd have got yourself done up to confront Via, but you couldn't fight.
Y'all are not funny at all. Now, Wiley, you said previously that you told her to go and confront VS.
I didn't tell her to go and confront VS. You never heard me. That's a damn lie. I didn't tell her to go and confront VS. No. Shireen did that on her own. And let's just say I did tell her to do that. I'm bipolar. I got a cock eye. I was in my 20s during the time. Shireen old enough to be my mother. And if you dumb enough to listen to a cock-eyed black man that's 20-some years old living in somebody's living room to go to VS, then you deserve to get your ass knocked out.
Okay. All right. Answer received. All right. Does Wiley honestly like Rico?
I like Rico. I think Rico is an amazing guy. Romantically, no, he's a good guy. Great guy. Good entertainer, especially when he drove. I love Wiley. Willie, don't you love me? Why don't people love me? I love that. Willie, when he get drunk, act a fool, and burn up his own place. That's funny to me. It's comical. I wish he had a comical because he's very entertaining. When him not trying to be entertained, he's very entertaining. I'm not a fan of the mashups. I'm just entertained when he go live and pee in a beer can and drink his beer and be outside smoking his squares and burning up shit. That's funny to me.
Okay. Next question is, ask him where he draws the line. What topics are off limits? To me, it seems like as long as the right dollar amount is attached, he's down to say or do whatever. Yes, member coming through with the questions.
Yep. I don't really have a limit because if it's a good trending topic, I talk about a lot of my family business on my show. It's not about just having a dollar. If I feel like it's a great topic, if I've done my research, I'm going to talk about it.
So really, it's nothing that's off limits. So it's whatever you feel like you want to talk about.
That I feel like. Now I won't, you know what I'm saying, interview, or try to dox somebody deceased family member, which VS did about Tracy posting her deceased mother in the community wall. I won't do nothing about that. But if it's a trending topic, if something out publicly, I will cover it.
You'll cover it.
Yes.
I don't think anything is wrong about that. Members, last call, drop whatever you want into the comments and we will handle that. In that meantime, Wiley, I have a question for you. Okay. This is my question because I've rummaged your page. So what is the criteria for someone to be a part of the Two Men and a Lady?
I've reached out to a content creator, and the qualifications is you have to have a good spirit, not messy, trying to like drag me on your page. So like just a good spirit. I reached out to Katie Talk 101. I reached out to Content TV, but originally the cast was me, Storm Monroe, and 7 Stars. I've always wanted a show like The View. I always wanted a show like The View. If you're available, let's do it. I always wanted a show. In 2022, I want to find a cast and I'm gonna have to put them on payroll because people don't like to do stuff for free. Thank God these people want to do it for free. But I eventually want to have a show where I could put them on contract and I give them a salary. And I want to do it in person, something like The View, something like The Real, because them shows are still needed, and also talk about other subjects other than what they talking about in mainstream media.
Okay, I was curious. I saw that and I said, I wonder how he's putting that together. And having a panel, like you said, is very it's hard to have a commitment long term because you never know. I just think about like my own little things that I go through. I don't know when I'm gonna be sick and my voice ain't gonna be right. And
absolutely. So especially if they're doing it for free, everybody work, and I work. So we do it whenever we have time. You free, I'm free. Let's go live. But if I was making 80 to 90,000 on YouTube, eventually we will make that. I will put people on a salary. Then this is your job. Because if people know that it's their job and you're getting paid for it, you'll have a better commitment other than doing it for free whenever, because you got your own personal life to do to take care of your personal feelings. So now if I had a $80,000 to $90,000 income on YouTube, I put people on staff and then we'll do it like a weekly, not just a weekly show, but a Monday through Friday show.
Oh, thank you.
That's the future.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like, and we did not do our typical games. Tonight's shot and drink action was 2 arms moving. When you see Wiley doing this, because he did this a lot tonight, I kept taking drinks myself. I wanted you guys to take a drink, but we jumped right into it, and I apologize for that, y'all. That's typically not how we do it. So let's get into the games and prize portion. Here are your 3 numbers. Let me move the comment. Let me open the poll. Let me drop the poll link. You guys, let me know which of these. The poll link is on the community wall, you all. If you want to, and mods, if someone could take that and drop it in, I really do appreciate it. Y'all know how I'm trying to get the poll up running. And the reason I do it over here, someone asked me why don't I use the chat poll, is because what you guys don't know, and let me just say this, is that I get analytics off of the poll interaction. It gives me a device. It gives me how many people interacted on which questions, which topics, which day or which show. So that helps me move forward in making planning decisions. So I like it for the analytic feature. What choice? And we have 36, 84, and all right, you guys go ahead and vote on a poll. Ooh. Reset results. Reset. And let me put the link in the chat for you all. Wiley, what time is your live tonight?
No, I have to actually watch something. Then I'll do a live. Maybe it'll be about an hour, probably a little less than that. But I have to watch somebody content for me to do a live. But if you want to know when I go live, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and also check the community wall post. Follow me on Instagram at Wiley Show, and you will know when we go live. And I would definitely love to see y'all over there.
All right. Do you all see the poll? The link has been dropped. This was definitely no games needed. This was definitely chess. I really enjoyed the show. Thank you. Proud of you, Wiley. Yes, Wiley.
Thank you.
That's one thing I will say. The beef sector definitely, a lot of people always say they're proud of Wiley. Wiley is doing his thing. Wiley has definitely ventured out. So mad love and mad respect to you. And thank you again for coming by the show, the beef sector show. This has been quite a ride, quite interesting thing. A lot of times people have heard themselves on the show being mentioned by other content creators, and that has discouraged them from coming on. So thank you. I appreciate it. I have one more show left, and then I'm going to do like a little reunion type of segment, and I will be emailing you details about that. And just if you can get back to me and let me know. All right, I'm about to stop the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we are at 84. Oh, why y'all always being nice? Damn. Okay. So Wiley, they chose 84, which is choose your favorite subby to win a $25 cash app. So you choose someone in the chat, one of your producers in the chat that you see tonight.
Okay. It needs to be T Trisha 1. And the reason why I say that is because T Trisha 1 helped me find my father, my biological father, and she have really helped me. It was like a process of some things, and she was just by my side doing that entire situation. And so definitely with her, like I'm just saying, woo, like she have definitely been there for me. I mean, the entire process. We had calls in the middle of the night and just doing it.
Amazing.
Definitely. Yes. I finally found my biological father. Now we don't have a relationship, but I do know who he is.
See, Trisha, that was amazing. Is this something that you're just now sharing, or you've been sharing on your channel and stuff?
I probably shared it before, but yeah, she have been there. And my father, I shared it on my Patreon for my Patreon people. But yeah, it's definitely have been a process. But Tisha 1 was there, like she was definitely there with me doing that entire process.
That's awesome. And shout out to you, T Trisha. That is dope. I know you have to feel like a really, truly special person. And congratulations, Wiley. Even if the relationship doesn't go further, there's so many people, including me, who would love to have a relationship or like at least be with their father. So kudos
knowing who they are. And we had one conversation, and thank God that I had one conversation. And now I know. My only prayer is that I get to meet my brothers and that they get to know that they have another brother out there, because I have nothing but brother, and they biracial because their mother is white. And one of their mother, I think she's Native American. But yeah, I would love to have a relationship with my brothers.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, but I just thank
That is
God that I
dope.
do know that my father, that I do know my biological father.
Wow. That is dope. Yeah. So T Trisha, be expecting that. Drop your Cash App in the chat for me. Let's just look at these other ones real quick and see if
Okay.
you care to participate. So the 1995 was a gag. Who's topping Wiley? Would it be Rico, Rick Reed, or Chocolate Bay?
Well, Chocolate Bay is a bottom. He don't have a big dick.
Oh my God.
Rick Reed. Oh my God. I don't have any history with Rick Reed, so that would be a no. Rico would be a no. No, not at all. They're just not my type. I like thuggish men, masculine thuggish men.
Wait, Wiley. What kind of men you like?
Like masculine thuggish men.
You like
To top
thuggish
me.
men.
Now I like chunky fat guys, but me to top them. But if I ever were to be a bottom, you got to be a thuggish type, choke me and all that type. Speak to me, all type of nasty. Probably be a dirty whore.
Really?
Yeah, I love thugs. I love thugs. Gang back on the war. You got a couple of warrant. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
that's
a
what I
conversation. Okay, I'm gonna get you over here for another conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
and then the other one was 46 drag. Hire, fire, or promote. Spill It Boy TV, Phi Babe, or Sean Bradley.
I would hire course Sean Bradley. I would promote Phi Babe, and I would drag Spill It Boy TV, Trash Lane, RuPaul Drag Race there. No.
So, like, you would fire. Who would you fire?
I would fire Spill It Boy TV.
And who would you hire?
I would hire Sean Bradley.
And you would promote?
And Phi Babe. Because both of them are like business morning people, but yeah, I would fire Spill It Boy TV. I want to meet Mother in person, and it's not a real me, but it's just so fun. I just love talking about the man. He's a good, but let me say this: he's a great content creator. He's entertaining for me because he keeps up with the news. So if I ever wanted to keep updated on what's going on in the beat sector, I would watch James. I used to watch Phi Babe. She got distracted because she used to be the news lady. And let me tell you, any new content creators, it's still a lane to do the news, but don't get focused in the beast. You in the beef, you the reporter, you the Don Lemon. That's still a lane to do that. Because for people like myself that's not in the beat sector, I just come and watch you to get updated on the beefs. Phi Babe used to, originally Tracy used to do that with the Chimney Cabinet, and Phi Babe stole her idea. Then James said Phi Babe did, and he stole her idea, took it and ran with
the China Cabinet.
The Chimney Cabinet. She's like, "Hey y'all."
I remember when Tracy used to. She was like, "Hey y'all. Now let me tell you, I was out and minding my." And y'all, I used to love it. I used to be like, I used to be engaged. Like, what's going on, Tracy? What are they doing? I ain't know none of y'all. I just be like, wait, who did what now?
Yeah, and she used to be the news lady. She would have her notebook. Hold on, where's my notebook? She would have her notebook. Y'all see Wiley over there. He don't have his medication. He over there with VS, TSC. So Wiley, what are you doing? Don't shake. I remember one time I had my medication and I shook my medication. Wiley, why are you shaking your medication, Wiley? So I just deal with the glory days of the V sector.
Yes, I remember watching that. That's I was like, oh my god. So Pat is saying that you need to choose one from this category. Who would you let top you? Rico, Rick Reed, or Chocolate Bay?
None of them. I'm gonna just say right. If Chocolate Bay had if he had a big dick that because he got a smothered dick, he smothered like smothered pork chops, I probably would let a Chocolate Bay do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he stimulated me mentally. I never met Rick Reed. If
Chocolate
he had a
so
nice,
sweet.
Yeah, but he don't have.
He's so sweet. He's so nice.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's just in the mess. He's Chocolate Bay is very, very nice, but he's in the mess. And this is, oh Lord, I was to say this about it's so much about DC Gary. Did you know that Chocolate Bay met up with VS and linked up with VS? Did you know that? Rico didn't go, but Chocolate Bay went. He brought his whole work job, laptop, came and we was at the park. He didn't want nobody to know. And then we exposed him once we got back home because he tried to be messy. But he linked up with the TSCC brand and everything. He came to the hotel where we was at in Virginia. Rico didn't come because I think he was up there cooking chicken or breaking down boxes, but Chocolate Bay came. And then he act like he didn't want to meet up with VS. He was like, I don't want nobody to know. I don't want to. So I secretly recorded him. It's something just in case if I needed it. I'm so glad I had the receipt.
You secretly recorded just in case.
I just in case he was up there talking to QI because him and QI was supposed to do a show because we was talking about politics and stuff like that because QI and Chocolate Bay was supposed to do like this show. Never came out though. There's so much I can say about the car ride.
Goodness, Wiley is shady. Wiley is shady. Well,
yeah, Chocolate Bay is very deceitful and he's messy.
Show.
Yes.
Wiley, so is messy. I would like someone else to receive the Cash App. Who would you want it to go to? Drop it in the chat. So Wiley, we are at the final end of the show. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope this isn't the last time we can collaborate. I hope we can collaborate.
That won't be the last time.
Future. Is there anything else any final words you want to leave us with?
No, I just want everybody to keep having fun. This is amazing. This show is really entertaining. It's a breath of fresh air. It's not too much with 16 people on the panel just cussing each other out. It reminds me of Tamron Hall. You reminds me of that, where it's calm. You have a format, and you in Hollywood, so I can tell that you have some skills that you're bringing to your channel, which is great for the audience. I think it's really great. It's a good format. It's an awesome format.
Thank you so much, Wiley. I appreciate it. And it means a lot coming from you because I do watch and I do see your growth. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. You all go support Cash App. Again, I think Wiley said he might be live later on tonight, might not be, but I'll be checking your community wall. And Wiley, I will link back up with you again later.
Thank you.
Woo, y'all. We did it. We got through the show with Wiley. I was so excited about it. I'm glad it came in and went. I'm glad you all showed up. Members, I'm glad you dropped your comments in the members, the comment box. Thank you all again. Oh my God, y'all, we've done 9 shows. We've done 9 really, really good shows. We got one more show coming up, and I know exactly who I want. The 2 people I want for this show. I just got to reach out to them and make sure it's confirmed. And then after that show, that'll be 10 full episodes of Run It Back. And thank you, Wiley, again. Thank you so much. I was so excited when he responded to the email. We're going to do a recap show, and that's going to be me and Subbies. We're probably going to come up here and we're going to talk about the different things that happened on the show. And then we're going to do a reunion show where I'm going to try to get as many folks together and so we can talk about what happened. So thank you all for being here. I really, really love you all for just rocking with me this whole time. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. And until next time, deuces.